And then there is another kind of expectation which is more subtle, and it's from the shadow of the ego that is very subtle. I give, and I say I don't respect something in return. But then I say, he didn't even give a thanks to me. He was not even grateful. What does it mean? I gave. I didn't expect something material, something physical, but I expected an emotion from that interaction with the soul. I expected him to be grateful, or I expected something from God. I gave, for example, I donate money, but I donate because I suppose if I donate, God will help me. These are laws, if you want to call it, of pure communication that I feel them. And obviously it's beyond this, but when we truly align with this 4 principles, it becomes pretty amazing. Asking something without being afraid will be refused. Look at the kids. It was so wonderful the last camp I told you. We had 2 beautiful kids, one of the participants here. The girl was 5 years old and the boy was 7 years old or something. And they were so beautiful. And what do you think they wanted? So I was on the table where I usually hold the speech, and then they were, it was the camera, and they wanted to play. Where do you think? In front of me. And they came there, they just played. They asked for something and they were certain about it, right? So watch kids, learn this from them. When they ask something, they come in complete certainty, whatever they want, right? And it's important, because when you go to God, like, God, this is what I want. Obviously, you need to be humble also, it's a balance, right? And this is the balance, this is the mastery. Okay, I want something with all my heart, I'm requesting it, but if I don't get it, maybe it's for a deeper reason that I don't get right now, so I surrender to the will of God. And if you have something in your life that you desperately want it, first of all, it's the first thing, learn to ask. And ask with confidence, but if you see you still don't get that, maybe it's a deeper lesson there, why don't you get it? Right? Maybe God wants to say something. I had many moments in my life where I had something with all my heart. I was believing that that's it, there is no other thing around it, and I was fighting myself and everyone around for that because I believed that's the thing. And then the universe showed me that that's not really what is good for me. In many ways, not just an area, many areas. But it only showed me when I let it go. God, I surrender. I want this, but maybe this is not for me, whatever that is. Second principle is to say no without feeling guilty. And this is something that took me about 30 years of my life, 31, 32. I was always feeling guilty if I said no to someone. Always. And there is this pattern I shared with you, Savior's pattern, which I had until 2 months ago in December. And I became conscious of it. And because I was always so obsessed on, okay, how can I help more? How can I do more? Especially when I entered this company I was telling you about, it became an obsession. Whatever I was invited, if I was invited for a webinar, I was doing it. Did I have something more important in my self-love? Generally, yes. But what do you think was the priority? A webinar or whatever needed to happen because I didn't matter anymore. Whatever I was requested as a trainer or whatever, I was always okay, let me go there. But this was exhausting. After years and years of doing this, you just lose yourself almost completely. And it's beautiful in a way to lose yourself. It's beautiful in a way to dedicate your life to God, right? But still, there needs to be a balance. Because even our brother Jesus said, love your brothers like you love yourself, right? And we learn about love your brothers, but we forget about how you love yourself. how can you love someone more than what you love yourself? This was the lesson, right? So if my, how do you say, reservoir, it's English, it's the right word. Reservoir, it's empty. I want to love everyone, but I'm loving them from an empty reservoir, my friends. So the question is, and this is what we work on, that's what I told you, my favorite day by far. Let's learn to love ourselves. And then when there is so much love out there, then let's share it. Because it's too much. You know, if you have billions, what to do with billions? I mean, you have one mouth, you go to one toilet, you can have 1, 2, 3 cars, right? Come on, let's do something with all this energy that was given to you. Money or whatever it is. Same with love. So, I was hurting myself for not saying no. And if I had to say no, it was painful. Because I wanted to save everyone. And then obviously the pain became so big and I was like exhausted. I cannot do this anymore. I have to learn to say no. And then when I started saying no, I started having all these kind of reactions I was sharing with you earlier. I saw that some people, one day they love me, one day they didn't love me. Right? I realized truly what is love and what isn't love. Right? Because they were only loving me when I was available, and then when I was not available, there was no understanding at all. And there was a lot of judging, with some of them, not all of them, obviously. I have so many beautiful friends and people that treasure my energy, and I treasure their energy. It's a beautiful exchange, right? But then when you say no, and this is painful but real, aligned with the truth, when you say no, you find out who really loves you. When you tell them no, you find out how much they really love you. Because if you say no, and it's a pure no, it's not that you don't want it, it's not that kind of a no. It's just a no that, I cannot do this now, I'm sorry, I love you, but no, I just can't, please understand. Or there might be a no that is protecting them. Like you ask me something, but I feel like if I give you this right now, it would hurt you. So if it hurts you, it hurts me. It's not fair to any of us. It's not aligned. So I'm saying you no, and I'm explaining you. Please understand. I'm saying no because I feel this is not good for you if I help you right now. With whatever, just help yourself. The third principle. Learning to give without expecting from anything in return. And this is pretty deep. It's pretty deep because we were programmed by our society to give with expectation. Sometimes it's a clear expectation. I give you something, we're talking about the second phase of relationships. We're together, you go to Peru, I go with my girls and do shopping, right? Is that love, my friends? No. Because you didn't give unconditionally. You didn't give from the place of divine love. You just gave something to receive something back. And sometimes it's not something obvious. Most of the times we give something because we want some money, we want a purse, we want someone to come with us in a trip, right? We enter a relationship because I don't want to go alone in holidays. I just want someone to be next to me. Or when I sleep in my bed, I don't want to sleep alone. Is that love, my friends? No, it's not, because it's about me. It's not about that other soul. It's not about her needs, his needs. It's about me. And I have these expectations of relationship. That's why it's not true love. In the second phase of relationship, it's a barter. Barter is not love, right? When I give unconditionally, that is divine love. When I give because I love that soul. What does she need? What does he need? I love her tremendously. And then obviously, if you feel it doesn't come back, it's about protecting yourself. Wait, this is not treasure, so I stop it. It doesn't mean I don't love anymore. I stop it because I feel that there is a lesson that person needs to learn. If you keep receiving something and you're not grateful for it, what does it happen? It disappears. It's the law of the universe. The other affirmation is like completely aligned to the laws of the universe. First step, you understand them. Second step, you align to them. Right all the time. And then there is another kind of expectation which is more subtle. And it's from the shadow of the ego that is very subtle. I give And I say, I don't respect something in return. But then I say, he didn't even give a thanks to me. He was not even grateful. What does it mean? I gave. I didn't expect something material, something physical. But I expected an emotion from that interaction with the soul. I expected him to be grateful. Or I expected something from God. I gave, for example, I donate money, but I donate because I suppose if I donate, God will help me. Or I donate because I expect those kids will send me a beautiful energy and everything will align in my life and it's beautiful. It's still expectation. Right? So, giving without expecting anything in return. I give. It's beautiful. Do I feel to have a conversation with someone in the soul? I give. I'm beautiful. I don't expect anything. It's beautiful as it is. Do I want to talk about receiving also? It's the flow of the universe. If something comes, it comes. But the key thing, I'm not attached by receiving. I'm open to receiving. We'll go there in a minute. I'm open to it. I embrace it. I accept it. But I'm not attached to it. If it comes, it's beautiful. If it doesn't come, I do what I felt. It's beautiful also. And the last principle of pure communication is receiving without having the need to give something back in return. Learning to receive. A wonderful gift of our Creator. Just think about God, for example. He gives us unconditioned. He gives us life. We breathe. I breathe today. We are alive today, right? It's a gift from our Creator. Do you think in His universe, in His unlimited perception, consciousness, love, whatever you want to call it, do you think He gave us something today and He expects something? Do you think God has an attachment to whatever you do today? From the 9 billion people and the billions and billions of beings on this planet and on all the universes and planets, just think about, let's say we're God for a minute. Would you have any attachment to whatever someone is doing when you gave something? No. Beautiful. You give unconditionally. So, I received many blessings in my life. I'm so grateful that all of you have. It's just about choosing to see them. Because, the glass, it's full, half empty, half full, right? Most of us, what do we see to choose? The half full, the half empty, sorry. Right? And that's why you feel stressed, that's why you feel miserable, that's why you feel whatever you feel. Because the feeling comes from whatever you're focusing on. Where focus goes, energy flows. It's a beautiful quote by Tony Robbins. It's beautiful, it's true, it's aligned with the universe. If you put your whole attention to what is wrong, that's what you see. It's a beautiful spiritual lesson. And then, what is full? And maybe, what's beautiful? I went to Guatemala a few years ago. We built a bottle school there. Literally, those people have any. In Peru, it's luxury compared to Guatemala. I've been in Peru, but Guatemala, they have 30 years of civil war. And literally, they don't have electricity, most of them. They don't have water, drinkable water. They don't have anything. And you go in that place, and we went to build this bottle school. And you go there, and you experiment. What do I feel? How do these people live? They live literally, some of them live in, you can call them tents. What we live in Peru, that's like mostly what they live in for their whole life. And then we went there, and it was one of the most beautiful experiences I ever had in my life. They are so full of life and so joyful, and it's like joyful, like crazy, beautiful, and dancing. We had every day we were building the school, and there were 100 kids maybe dancing with us, and they were doing some ceremonies for us. And it's beautiful. It's truly a wonderful experience, and it was a shock for me. I went to give, right, to build the balls, but I got so much more because I went to give without expectation, right? I just went, let's help something, let's do something, and maybe I'll have a beautiful experience, let's see how it goes. But then when they came, and this so powerful, beautiful lesson came that in our perception, come on, let's be honest, we'll have a building where we live, we have maybe a car, we have, we have food every day, and all these beautiful things. right? So in my perception now, all of us here, our glass is very full. To all of us, it doesn't matter what you're going through. And I had some discussions with some of you. Yeah, maybe there are some challenges, but still, the glass is very full. Always, when I compare myself to someone who, you know, in South Africa, and they invited, it was a beautiful training, and they invited me for the dinner. And it was beautiful. They just wanted me to be there, and it was a beautiful relationship. It was really beautiful souls. And then I remember, I went to South Africa, and at the end of this, after they invited me, I made sure I went somewhere back at the restaurant. I talked to the manager, whatever, and I paid for the whole thing, for every one of them. But an interesting lesson came. I mean, Razvan, these people invited you for dinner. They invited you, right? And obviously, you see what I eat. I mean, it's whatever. I can wiggle a few dollars, some vegetables, something. It's beautiful. You know, and the message came like, come on, there are 10, 20 people putting 50 cents each to pay for your dinner. It's nothing, you know. They don't make an effort. Like, just learn to accept it. In a way, you stole their joy to give you this beautiful dinner. Wow. This is interesting. Yeah, and this came like Razvan. Just learn to receive. Learn to receive without having this need immediately to give something back. If you feel it's beautiful. There is always the universe will create an exchange. Always. Always. It's a law of the universe again, it's a line. You give something with purity and you receive something. So these are laws, if you want to call it, of pure communication that I feel. And obviously it's beyond this, but when we truly align to this four principle, it becomes pretty amazing.